Hello everyone, we are back and here to react to RWBY Vol.8 Episode 7. This is the last episode we're going to get this year. This episode, after this episode, we're going on about almost a 2-month break. Which honestly I'm okay with. I'm okay with that because I don't think there's anything going to be really... I mean, this episode already ended, like Salem's last episode ended with an insane amount of craziness, and we're going to see the results of that in this episode. But I don't know if we're going to see anything really like cliffhanger-y, I think. Maybe, who knows. I'm glad that there's a break in a way because I kind of think RWBY would benefit from taking like mid-season breaks and kind of like, you know, you work on, it's like less work, more time, but you know, the better, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, it's less pressure on the people making it.
Potentially less crunch time.
Yeah. So honestly, I would prefer if future seasons are going to be longer or shorter or whatever, even if they're shorter, just, you know, have a good break in between to really finish the first half and then, you know, give enough room for the second half to be finished. So yeah, I think this is good. I don't expect this episode to like leave us hanging on anything ridiculous, but I'm still expecting this season and this episode to not give us any good feelings. So, are you ready? I guess not. Okay, I guess we're not watching this.
Like I said, there's no good feelings.
Let's begin. Oh, the farmlands. About to be whaled. Oh. Oh. They're just... That's... Oh my gosh. That's war. That's a lot of... some apathy. Jeez. It's just nothing. The battle of Minas Tirith, Pillar Fields.
Yes, sir. I am evacuating all citizens to the subway. Prepare Manta Squad Omega and dispatch to every part of Atlas. But, sir, now! Citizens of Atlas, please proceed to the nearest underground subway station for shelter.
You don't realize what's going on, right? Do you? Come on, come on! You should have been... Ooh. Jeez. No, panic! You're panicking! That's not good!
We need to go! We can't get the hardline shield back up, sir! The generators took too much damage! And don't waste resources. Beta Squad, creature. We tried bombs, missiles, but we can't make a dent, sir!
Sir, Shmi here. Penny is still MIA, but we've apprehended Art Jalong and Ren.
Stand by for further orders, and don't let those fugitives out of your sight.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Excuse me.
Still just following orders.
Jeez.
That's where the Grim took Oscar. It's bigger than I thought.
Oscar's there.
Take prisoners.
This one did. If you would just let us go.
Ceasefire. Manta squads, concentrate on secondary hostiles. Command is working on a solution for the creature.
What do you have in mind, sir?
We aren't making any progress attacking the thing from the outside. But from the inside, it could be vulnerable. Science team is putting together a bomb. When it's ready, drop it off as close to the target as possible. Then your team will deliver it on foot. Sending you rendezvous coordinates now.
On foot?
Sir, we will hold the.
How do you get in there on foot?
Oscar's in there. You can't do this!
I'm starting to get some bad vibes that Winter might be dying this.
I get a feeling though Winter's gonna... She's gonna definitely help. Sam's performing her orchestra. What are you doing, Emerald? Oh. That works on Grim?
I mean, Samuels do seem to be very useful against Grim in some way.
True.
Even if only support roles.
Oscar?
That stunt you pulled, she'd have killed you if it didn't just pop up somewhere else. Still, you can make things easier on yourself if you start telling the truth.
The truth.
Never wondered why she recruited you. You, specifically, to help her find the relics. We share a vision. She's gonna create a new world order. No kingdoms. And no Huntsman Academies. No world order. No. When Salem gets all 4 relics, there will be no worlds left at all. Don't you get it? She's been alive longer than you can comprehend. All she craves now is release. Death.
Yep.
Stop lying! Salem can't be killed. When she came for me, I killed her over and over again. The longest she was gone was only a few hours. Before she put herself back together.
Holy cow.
When I couldn't lift my arms anymore, she showed me that through her, I could have the vengeance I needed. You see, that is why she came for you. Because she could make you believe that this is what you needed. This is what you deserve! Yes! But Oscar, the people of Atlas, Remnant, haven't done what you've done for justice. You've done it for yourself. Because she pushed you to think it would help you. No. Has it?
Just...
Now what? Am I good for?
We're just... We... No happy feelings.
How is she? I've done what I can, but she needs a doctor. Hopefully May's able to reach the others. I really hope they're okay.
So...
Salem's monster is making Grim faster than the Atlas military can kill them. The city won't stand a chance unless we stop it. It's massive. Way bigger than a Leviathan. What can we even do? Penny launched Amity, and our message went out. Do we just wait for someone to come? If they even come. How did it all get like this?
Fiona said your friends haven't been heard from in a while. Unfortunately, the last thing they're worried about is a couple of kids. Come on, I've got the ship ready to head back in.
What? We can't leave.
Yeah.
It's chaos at the crater. Atlas has its army, but Mantle only has us. People are dying.
People are dying here, too. Don't you have family in Atlas?
No. Mantle needed me. And to the Marigolds, that meant I wasn't their son anymore. And I made sure that everyone knew that I wasn't their daughter. So forgive me. They've got Henry, yours have Whitney. You get what I'm saying.
Henry Marigold.
Which side are you on, anyway?
This is not the time for infighting.
There are no sides. We want to help everyone. We're all facing Salem together. And together is the only way we're going to get out of it.
So how exactly do we get out of it? So long as this world turns, you shall walk in space. That was the curse cast upon her. And if Salem can divide humanity beyond repair, and bring all four relics back together,
Son of the gods.
believes that maybe that curse will be broken. The gods will rule against us and destroy Remnant once and for all.
Nice story. But if Gretchen's death taught me one thing, it was never to trust you.
Please, let me. But Oscar,
Just-
want him to trust us. Trust me. Her name is Jen.
What?
Want her to come out of the lamp? Just say her name.
Oh my god.
She can still answer one more question.
Oh my
Is he gonna
god.
show
After all that,
Hazel the
you're
truth?
just going to give Salem the password.
No. I'm giving you the password. And hoping you'll find the truth for yourself.
Oh my god, that's what he's gonna use it. That's what the final question's gonna be. Oh, Emerald knows it!
He'll say what he thinks will get him out.
So you're still going
Aladdin!
after what I
Emerald is Aladdin.
Those are Salem's new orders. And I know better than to disobey Salem.
But
Look, even if what he said was true, you can't stop Salem. You told me yourself. Hazel tried. He failed, and he got in line. The guy's not gonna pick fights he can't win. Neither should we. And all of this is pointless anyway. Salem's not ending the world. Of course she is. You're surprised. Salem is destruction incarnate. Our mistress wishes to see the end of it all. There is no ideal more beautiful. If you couldn't see that from the start, you must be out of your mind. Now, come along.
What are you feeling?
Mercury's having sudden regrets.
Where are they going? Like, what job are they doing?
Chaos infiltration. Find the relic.
Huh. Well, isn't that Cinder's job?
Cinder's after Penny, right?
Well, no, she's after Watts, then Penny.
Watts.
can't blow it up with Oscar still in there.
That creature causes more damage than we minute.
It's true.
Cannot wait. Please, Winter, give us a chance to try to rescue him first. We could be your test run. You don't know what'll be waiting for you inside, right? So we can go ahead to check it out. And look for Oscar while we're inside. You want to go inside that thing alone?
I mean,
You do it for Elm, Harriet, Vine?
no.
We don't let feelings get in the way of making the right call. Treating 3 lives for 1 is stupid.
No, it's not. He's our friend. We'll do whatever it takes to find him. Because we care about him.
I really had you pegged as the most level-headed of the bunch. I guess you're just the same. Feelings don't matter. The job matters. When you lose someone on your team, you move on. Replace them. Like Mara replaced Tortuga, and Winter replaced...
No! No one is replaceable. You don't really believe that. You are furious about losing Clover. And you...
He can't just mask emotions. He
He can see him! He just evolved! Oh my god!
That's why you lost against Team RWBY. You try to fight how you feel about each other, so you'll never truly work as a team.
Shut up! You don't know what you're talking about! Everyone calm down.
My question about evolutions of semblances has just been answered.
I mean,
Yeah, but serious.
That was always there.
And traitors. I outranked you. If you aren't out in time, we drop the payload. No matter what.
Fair. Fair enough.
I understand.
How do you get there on foot?
Run!
And you didn't uncuff us before?
Oh, his semblance!
You don't want to be a part of it at all anymore. I have a job to do.
Oh, we're just tearing
That's
them
true.
apart now.
Rin would be the perfect person to get you inside. And
I know you don't either.
it's interesting what he's seeing now.
Oh, wait. What about Crow and Robin? Or maybe if we get them out of wherever they're being held, they could...
No, see, you just don't get it. This is not a situation where everyone wins. Now you all can come with me to help in Mantle, or I can drop you off near the front lines if you still want to help Atlas. Your uncle and Robin can't save us. We have to choose. So choose.
They knocked. No way. Is that who I think it is?
Miss Sneed, I heard there was a patient here who needed my help.
Doc!
I'm so sorry. It's my fault that Father...
Please don't bully my snowflake. It had nothing to do with you. And everything to do with Jacques.
Our dwarf
Well,
boy.
sweet of you. But wait, how did you know...
Ah, young Whitley, I'm so glad that you rang.
We called
May I
him.
please see the patient? I understand it's urgent.
Yes, she's in Weiss's room. Just go up
I
there.
haven't been gone that long.
You know where it is. Good boy.
You called Klein.
That girl needs a doctor. I didn't do it for you.
I know. That's why it means so much to me.
Aww. Thank you. You're good now. We just need to keep making you more good.
By the end of the series, you'll be in full armor with a or leading the
Okay, that was a louder knock. That wasn't a gentle knock. Is that a crater or a crash? Oh!
That's worse.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Good episode. That was a good. That's a nice thing to be left on. Okay, good. This was good. I mean, in a weird way, this was surprisingly not as bad as I thought it was gonna go.
Yeah,
We have a plan. We have a goal.
hey, Doctor, are you also a robotist?
So, gosh, okay. So Emerald knows. Hazel knows. Oh my
Mercury knows.
Mercury knows. How are they going to... What are they going to do? Because I feel like Salem's obviously not going to get her...
Salem's like, everyone in my squad knows but me! It would be interesting, though, if Salem got a hold of the Relic of Knowledge, got Jin out, and asked the question of if bringing the gods together would set her free. And then Jin's like, no. And she's just like, all this work for nothing.
Well, I almost feel like Salem... I don't know what Salem would want she would want the questions.
Maybe, how do I kill Osmond for good?
I don't know. I feel like... Well, obviously the way to kill Osmond would be to completely fail humanity and call the gods back. It's the same way she would kill her. Both of them would die because they would both...
Remnant would die.
Remnant would die because they're tied to Remnant's future. They're tied to Remnant's destiny. The destiny of Remnant is tied to these two characters. And Salem will either live or die by its choice, and Osmond lives or dies by its choice. And like as I said, I don't want the gods to come back, but the gods are needed to end these two these two's lives. Basically, they're the only
The
ones.
endless cycle.
Yeah, to end this cycle with these two. Whether it's a good reason or a bad reason, the gods will make the final decision. Even if Salem were to turn good before the relics come together, Salem, Oz still has a goal to finish. His goal is the gods. Salem's goal is her curse. So it's just this curious little thing of how are they going to resolve this? How is it going to be resolved? And what do we do about it? Because, again, it's just do we need the gods? They haven't really been helpful. I mean, we've been fine without them for thousands of years.
Also, Rin!
Rin! That was something.
Finally.
That was something I did not expect. His semblance.
I also like that
his powers. He can see now. What is...
I like that his semblance, his ability to see people's emotions finally came out when he finally spoke his emotions. When he finally came to terms with everything he's feeling.
He confronted his own emotions and he let himself grow.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that growth, he grew his power. That's kind of the thing about the semblance. The semblance evolves as the person evolves. I don't think we've ever... this Rin is the first one we've actually, seen it done in action.
Mm-hmm. We've seen John's awaken.
I mean, Weiss's semblance has also kind of evolved over time.
We've known of a possible capability of her semblance, the summoning. She just wasn't able to do it at first.
Well, yeah, but it's she's also evolved into other things. It can, time dilate, it can gravity, it can do all of these. I don't know if dust is involved in that, or that's
dust is involved. That's why she has the cylinders and the thing.
True, but
there might be certain levels of just glyph semblance that she can do, platforms and so on, that she might be able to do without it, but...
and John's semblance has... Well, right now it's focused on amplifying, but it also heals and other things. But there, as Rin stated before, it was they didn't... semblances evolve as your character. Which means it's does that mean your semblance can change? You can force it to be something else?
And that would be an interesting thing. If it turns out your semblance could actually completely change if you completely changed.
Yeah, RWBY was just focused on speed, but that evolved into molecule...
Here's a question now. Mercury doesn't have a semblance. His was taken.
Yes.
If he completely changed, could he obtain a new semblance, essentially?
Would that mean that people have multiple semblances, but they confuse it for thinking it's the same one, just different portions of it?
I don't even know if this would work, but it would be an interesting
twist. But then I'm thinking of
character color.
Okay. Crow. Do you think Crow could undo his curse?
That would actually be an interesting way to see it done. It's Crow doesn't...
Because he's so miserable and, all his feelings...
He blames himself for everything. His curse is basically...
just amplified because of that.
That would be...
it's a passive semblance, so it's slightly different, but it could be...
What if he made it almost an active semblance where he could twist or change fate?
That would be interesting. He does use it in fighting, and it helps him, but it's, of course... It's passive, so he has no control over it. What if he can control it? I don't know what to expect for, this is... I can't, it's one of those weirdest things where it's oh, right, I've got to wait 2 months for the next episode.
Remember at the beginning of this where you're I'm kind of glad for this, and now you're
well, it's I expected us to be left on a kind of a darker cliffhanger than the one we got. We got more of an up.
Yeah, now we're kind of we're excited for the next episode,
but the next episode isn't out yet, so it's pretty interesting. Speaking of the cliffhanger, though, Penny crashed on Atlas. I was actually the last place.
How long has she been up there?
I mean, that's an interesting question. How long does it take for an object to crash from the atmosphere to... And
there are people who have gone to the edge of our atmosphere and done skydiving, whatever it was.
Well, that guy, there was one guy that skydived from space.
Yeah.
But it was what, a 10-minute fall?
Yeah.
And I feel Wow. Okay, so Penny was up.
Penny, I have been falling for 10 minutes.
No, not 10 minutes. Penny's been falling since morning and evening. It's been a whole 12 hours.
She went around a remnant.
I just realized we're on day 2. Are we? We're on day 2 now.
Yeah, I think so.
So no, we're on evening of day 2.
Or are we on the evening? I thought we were on the morning.
Well, it's the moon is out and it's dark.
I thought we were on the morning because it was night when Rin and them rested at the camp, and then as the morning came, they got caught.
Yeah, but
then they flew back.
Then they flew over.
So it would be morning.
But it looks like it's night again. And the way, like, we saw the moon.
Well, we get eclipses and stuff. There's times where both the sun and the moon are in the sky.
No, but I didn't see any daylight. We saw stars.
Well, maybe it's just not even yet sunrise.
No, because the sun was rising when the Grimm attacked and Salem attacked the whole Atlas. That's how it was daytime when that happened.
And then it was daytime when they got out.
When they were defending Atlas
and when they jumped
Pillar
out
Fields, it was all daytime.
Do you think?
Like, sure, it doesn't have to be like midnight, but it's still like the
maybe
evening.
The Schnee family has windows that actually change the lighting.
The shield.
The Schnee family.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Because we saw the whale.
Mansion.
We weren't in the mansion when we saw the moon and everything. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? Want me to pull it up?
I kind of do. I'm really curious about this myself.
Oh, okay. See,
might also have to do with the clouds.
No, well, it could be the clouds, but even then, it's like see, sunrise, and then see, it's like night now.
Well, they are right now flying through the clouds.
Well, hang on, no.
What about when Penny hits?
Yeah, it's like starry eyed. I mean, it could.
I mean, when the sun is rising, you will get stars for quite a while.
Yeah, but it's like, this is... Yeah.
Yeah, the timing does feel a bit weird.
Hang on, there's like one shot I know I saw where it was all...
I also wonder how much of this is in actual order.
I don't... Well, see... I'm pretty sure the whale is on. It wasn't on when the sun was rising. Now it's on now. So, if we take into consideration the whale and the war has begun.
Also, Atlas is higher.
Yeah, but that doesn't...
So, how does that affect the skyline for Atlas?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just because... Well, then we should be seeing more sun, but we're seeing less.
But I'm talking about, like, you're not just on the mountain peak. You've got plains around you.
Okay, see, it's daytime now. Yeah, it's like bright daytime now. And then, like, almost... Like, the next scene with...
Yeah, Mercury, it's
pretty dark.
Very dark.
Yeah, see, that's like...
Maybe it's just the side of the whale they're getting out on.
You really wanted to not be...
No, I'm telling you, it is completely off, but I'm also saying that
I'm
it's
just
hilarious.
saying it's evening. I'm saying it's already an evening.
I don't think it is. I think it's still technically morning. The lighting was just a bit more for the scene, and maybe the timeline was a little
come on, where
chopped.
is it? Yeah, see? It's like evening. Like the sun is no longer.
Keep playing this section.
Oh, see, it's like starry.
Keep playing this section.
Yeah, it's evening already.
It can't be with the time difference of how long it took to get
What do
there.
you mean? I mean, okay,
It took them
sure.
an entire day to fly back with them.
Okay, it could take half a day to fly back, and then maybe they were flying. This is weird.
Yeah, we'll find out later.
I mean, it's not a big deal, but it feels like if this is supposed to take place over 48 hours, we're already in the evening of day 2. Now, this whole rest of the season could focus on just,
Maybe the first half was 48 hours before the.
Well, the first half was morning
split.
of. We're gonna have this whole conversation. There was a shot. I know there was a shot.
Well, find it and show me later. Edited right here. I like how we have all these questions answered, all these questions made, all this stuff happening, and we're talking about the sky.
It was the wrong sky.
Alright, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
God, I know. See, daytime here. Very bright daytime, in fact. And then evening.
Huh. I also like how it almost feels like this conversation is still the same from earlier.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm going to tell you in 5 hours
So
exactly what I feel.
that's an interesting little thing. So I mean, if to be fair, it could be sunset. So that's like what, 6-7 p.m. ish if we're going by our time. It could be.
It also depends on the time of year, because right now it's like 5.
Yeah, and also it could depend. Atlas is on a higher elevation, so the more north you are, the less sun or the more sun you get, right?
Depending on the time of year, yes.
So you know what? That actually makes sense. That if Atlas is higher and they get less sun, it could have been like a 5-hour daytime.
We have a long night of the Grim.
Yeah. Okay. So after that, what? 10-minute conversation about time?
It was no. Time is relative. It was 1 second.
Not in videos. We can go into the past.
But you can change the speed of the video.
Anyway,
10
where
minutes
were
in,
we?
like-
What else are we talking about?
That was actually about it. We covered everything else, and then we got off into a tangent on the sky.
Okay, so Hazel, I like what they're telling with Hazel. Kind of, I like what they're doing with Hazel, where Oscar's basically like just like making Hazel face the truth, face the reality of the situation that he's in, and and
Hazel has to decide
Yes.
whether or not to take all this information he's being given and cast it out
or give it to Salem.
for
Yeah.
something, or to
Now,
accept
okay,
truth.
so a lot of people now know the activation of the lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Not Salem, but a lot of people do. Now is the real question.
Angry Salem noises.
Who is actually going to do it? Could it be Emerald? Could it, and if Emerald does do it, will Hazel be with her? Or will she,
No, it's going to be that Grim Hound.
yeah, the hound speaks. The hound could say Jin.
Wait, hang on. Oh, there's something we just thought about. I just thought about, based on everything that happened in this episode. Emerald's semblance can work on the Hound.
That's true. I mean,
If it's working on these other Grim, it should be able to work on the Hound.
then it depends on how the semblance, how does the Hound work? Because the Hound is blind. It smells rather than sees, I think. So does...
I don't know, it does seem to see, because it looked at them when it was holding up.
I mean, it sees by
And
echolocation and other things. It doesn't look like it has eyes. I think it's like a blind...
Wait, can Emerald create noises?
But, I mean,
can't she?
I'm pretty sure she...
Could she overload the auditory system? Anyway, it's just the idea that her semblance
She
could
can.
affect.
She can create audio with her semblances, like when she did with the crying kid for Amber. But she also made noise outside of the image she was projecting. So
And
noise, and it's can smells. I don't know. I feel like that's what the Grimhound has an advantage over.
Yeah, it'll be like, that's not the real Oscar. That's not the real Penny.
And now again, it's like the villains are dividing. So now it's more like,
Does Penny have a smell? That's an odd question to ask. Because she's a robot. Would the Hound be able to pick her up?
well, the Hound is being sent after Penny along with Cinder.
Penny, hide in a machine factory. It'll never find you.
Smells like metal. All
Dang
metal.
it, it's all metal.
Throw silverware everywhere.
The pots, the pans, and the dishes. Penny, I feel like I should be insulted. Don't worry, it'll save you.
Okay, yeah. This was an interesting episode. I tell you, we're just gone on these tangents right now, bro.
none all our episode and story focused stuff was nice, neat, and clean, and our tangents about the sky and civilware have gone everywhere.
Okay. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Take care, and we will see you there a few months from now for the next episode. Bye-bye.